probably safe to say, like, how much time you spent on that block punt and, like, what, just the preparation to face them again?
We work punt at least 2-3 times a week, so it's nothing. We're not doing anything different. Just being more detailed in what we're doing as far as alignments and all of that stuff. So it's preparation is normal, going through our normal process of being physical and making sure we're doing little things the right way all the time. So that's been the process the whole year, and we just gotta lean on our fundamentals and our techniques and go play.
Wake just said the idea of, but when you play as team twice so close together, it has to be about the counter punch. In that scenario with the block, do you almost have to anticipate now what they may try to do off of that, with expecting you to fix what you guys got wrong the last time?
It's blood in the water. I mean, that's any time you have a block kick in this league. When you put blood in the water, and that's what they do anyway. I mean, they rushed 46 times this year. I mean, that's more than anybody else in the league. And obviously, percentage-wise, they block more punts. So they do a good job. Matt Daniels and this group, they do a good job. Those guys play extremely hard, and it's going to be a challenge for us. We just got to, again, that's playoff football. That's life in the NFL. It's punch, counter punch.
On that one play, and I guess we're dwelling on that. I don't apologize for it, but was that a scheme situation, or was that just a guy or two not making a play?
I mean, the play is what it is. I mean, it was just a simple alignment thing. Pete got caught up, and it wasn't anything special that they did. They've run the same rush probably 15 times the whole year. Mm-hmm. It was more of what we did than more of what they did. So, but again, we cleaned that up, and we just got to again go out and play.
You obviously had a line for their kicker, and that's, I mean, it's kind of obvious you back that up now. I mean, to show you something, obviously there, it changes sort of.
Yeah, that was a career long for him, and he stepped up to the challenge. He made a big kick, so I mean that's he's made some 60-yard kicks before, but that was his longest one. So
what's Graham's line indoors?
It just depends on the day, how he's feeling. Graham's not 25 anymore, so it just depends on how he's feeling. But he's right at that right at that line. I mean, got to have a situation probably right at it.
You had a chance at 60, I guess, near the end of the first half of that game.
Yeah, I mean it's situational. Like what's the flow of the game? What do we need? What we don't need? Are they going to put a returner back there? Like, it's a whole bunch of things that go into that, making that decision. So, I think we made a good decision.
Obviously, it's a dome, but is that considered a good place to kick? I mean, distance-wise, what's Graham's approach to being there? Obviously, that you've already been there this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously you look at the environment, and it's all domes aren't the same. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to deal with the elements, but all domes aren't the same. It depends on the turf. Like last time we played them, they painted it all white, so it's hard to stick your foot in the ground in certain parts of it. That makes a big difference in striking the ball and contacting the ball. If you can't get your foot all the way in the ground and it's just kind of sliding over the top of the grass, it makes it a little bit difficult. So,
do you know if they're going to do that again? Like, do you know those things?
I have no clue. Last time it was.
Reach out and be like,
hey, to mention it now.
Get a painted.
But that's any stadium. Like it's any stadium. And it's always something. Some small little nuance that you might have to deal with, so it is what it is, and we get the chance to go out there and make a kick, we'll make a kick. Graham's done it a lot this year. So,
any benefit to having that fake field goal kind of on tape, give them something to think about?
Maybe.
It was a little weird that you kind of. It was a little weird that you kind of did do those trick plays in that game, which didn't have any playoff implications. What's your thought process kind of behind that?
Just playing football, trying to win a game. You know how it is. I mean, whenever we line up and we strap it up, we're not going out there just to lay down. We're trying to win, regardless of who's on the field. We're trying to win a game, and we want to be aggressive, and we were.
On special teams, do more starters play special teams now that you're in this time of year?
Not necessarily. I think more than anything, when we talked about this early in the year, you want to have continuity. You know what I mean? Like, you want to be able to create that continuity so guys have they learn how to play with each other, right? Having that synergistic effect and being able to gel as a group and as a unit. And you don't want to get to the most important time of the year and you change up everything that you've done. You know what I mean? Like that's not what we're not going to do. We're going to go out there with the guys that we've had that's been playing for us, and they're starting to play better and they're starting to get better as a unit.
Thomas, having heard the noise that might be louder this time around, can that help your unit in particular this time?
I mean, the noise is the noise. You know, it is what it is. The situation is what it is. You know, playing in Seattle, you know, playing in some of these other places that we've been where it's been loud. You know, that's playoff football and in the National Football League. You know, you go on the road, you're playing in a hostile environment, and the noise is a noise. So we just deal with it, and it is what it is. You know, but our guys they're ready for it.
I know you were asked, I think we were asked this last week, the idea of, for you, seeing this team back in the playoffs. You've been here through the tough times. You've also been here when you guys have been on top of the world. What are your emotions going into this weekend? Is it just another game, or do you kind of take a step back and appreciate what it's like to get back here?
You appreciate it, definitely. You know, when you've had such a drought that we've had around here, you definitely appreciate it. But it's just win one game. Like, my primary focus is on Matt Daniels and his group and just winning one game. That's all we're focused on right now. And it's nice to see all the stuff around it, but our primary focus is just trying to go as a unit, go win one game. Trying to make a positive impact play in the kicking game that can help us win one game.
What is your feel and appreciation for the players that haven't tasted a playoff game before and are having a chance to do this for the first time?
I'm happy for them because, you know, not every player in this league get a chance to experience playoff football. You know, it's a lot of guys that'll play 10, 15 years and never go to the playoffs. You know? So some of these young guys, you know, their first year in the league, they're going into a playoff situation. It's cool for them because they get a chance to experience it. And, you know, and again, setting them up moving forward, giving them something to go after moving forward, a goal to go after, just to know what the feeling is to playing a playoff game and playing meaningful football in January.
Talk about how like Richie's sort of navigated the season. Obviously, he has the Seattle game, kind of take him off that role, and he goes back into it. Just like how he's handled it, like where your trust is with him, just how that's kind of played out.
No, Richie's, you know, like we talked about before, he's done a great job. You know, as far as bouncing back from a negative play, and you know, that's football. That's this league. If you're going to stick around and you're going to have a career, it ain't about all the great plays. It's about the bad ones and how you react to the bad ones. And if you're able to react in a positive way, and you can take those negative situations in your career and in your football life and turn them into a positive, and to be able to respond in a positive way, then you know you show that mental toughness, and you'll be able to stick around this league for a while, because it ain't easy in this league. Everybody's going to go through tough situations that they got to bounce back from.